You guys ever wonder where music comes from? Or do you have a robot heart? I'm just asking. Anthony here for D-News, and music feels instinctive, doesn't it? Like it's always been around, but it has to have come from somewhere. So what made us make the first melody, and why do we like it? The earliest evidence of music goes back to the Stone Age, and the oldest possible instrument we've found is the Divje Babe Flute, which is made of bare bone and is 43,000 years old. And most theories think the same thing that you probably do. We heard sounds in nature, and we tried to emulate them, and there was music. Our brains are very adept at pattern recognition. It's how we learn, it's how we stay safe and survive. We even try to see patterns where there aren't any. It's called apophenia, and that's why we see faces in clouds and think we can create a system to win the lottery. We probably heard some sort of pattern or perceived pattern in the random sounds of the world around us. But how did we get the rules of music, the basic theories and patterns of notes that we find pleasant and unpleasant? You would think maybe birds, right? There's a melody right there, but most birds just chirp in dissonant patterns because they're trying to communicate, not entertain. But recently, researchers from the Max Planck School of Ornithology and the Cornish College of the Arts recorded and analyzed the song of a bird called the musician wren. You have probably already figured out what's special about the musician wren. Pattern recognition machines, all of you. The musician wren's call can be dissonant, but it prefers a tune that's consonant, meaning it sings in perfect fourths and octaves. It has an excellent grasp of music theory. Listen. And when they analyzed the song, they actually found huge similarities between its calls and parts of compositions by Bach and Haydn. The calls of the musician wren are used heavily in music in Brazil, which is where it lives. So the researchers aren't saying that we got music from this bird, but it's possible that we did get some of its fundamental rules from similar species or their ancestors. And that music might have played a more fundamental role in human development than we thought. A lot of behavioral studies of chimps and other primates has led us to believe that language actually evolved from gestural communication. Chimps seem to be very deliberate in their physical signals to communicate, but their actual noises seem to be random and purely emotional. But a new study performed by the University of York put chimps in perceived danger. A fake snake was thrown in their path. And they tracked how the chimps verbally warned each other. And whoops, patterns everywhere. Specific sounds were used to warn friends versus strangers. And the chimps also kept calling out until those other chimps were at a safe distance, and then they stopped. That's not emotional, that is a deliberate observation and verbal response. So what does that mean? It means language might not have come from gestures. It could have come from grunts and screams of different notes. It could be that music invented singing, and singing invented language. It's kind of rad, right? Now, we're connecting a lot of dots here, and they are certainly not numbered, but this stuff is fun to think about. How plausible do you think these theories are? Where do you think music came from? Let me know down below, and subscribe for more D-News.